Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright. Previously, Luke and Layton accompanied Riddell Mystery, the curator of the Grand Archive, Grand Archive I think it is, to the secret basement below, which was just uncovered. And there they found a mural depicting the great witch Bizella, who set the town aflame 100 years ago. Now, I couldn't help but think that it was a very biased telling of the story. It was an easy-to-miss line, just said briefly, but apparently 100 years ago, all the townsfolk and villagers here, they honored Bizella. They held a festival in her name. And yet she suddenly flipped out of nowhere and set the town on fire, so there is absolutely more than meets the eye to this story. I don't want to believe it's as cut and dry as that, so well, one thing led to another, and now Layton and Luke are heading back to the bakery, so let me cast my spell here. And we can resume, so let's get moving to the bakery. Professor, I smell freshly baked bread. I wonder if that could be Mrs. Eclair's work. Let's go inside. Yes, we could. Although we could also take a walk around the town at night. Way ahead of you. If there's nothing else you'd particularly like to see, perhaps we should head back in. Okay, well at least the game's gonna go hey, nudge nudge, wink wink, there's stuff to do elsewhere first. That's nice. Evening, gents. Isn't Espella with you? Do you know Espella? Do I know her? There isn't a person in this town who doesn't know Espella. I didn't realize she was so famous. I've known some ignorant people, but you two really do take the biscuit. If you knew her better, then I doubt you'd be spending so much time with her. What's that supposed to mean? Espella is a lovely person. I don't know how you can say that. Personally, I don't enjoy talking about her in that way either. Yeah, okay. Espella's probably a descendant of Bizella. Yeah. There's a butcher next to the fishmonger. It's still open. Meat, fish, bread. Man, you can get your whole dinner here. Aha, welcome back. I've prepared the evening meal already. Wow, it looks great. Hey, Non, where's Espella? I'm afraid we were separated when she went to get that milk. Yeah, didn't Mrs. Eclair need the milk to make dinner in the first place? Has she not come back yet? Oh dear, maybe I was asking too much of her. My apologies. I should have stopped her had I had the chance. It's nothing you need to worry about, Mr. Layton. That girl knows her way around. I'm sure she'll be back soon. Let's go ahead and eat while waiting for her. Neat. I love it when we all get to eat together. Meals are much more enjoyable that way. I've never had bread and jam that tasted this good before. I hope Espella gets back soon. Oh yeah, you guys went out to the Great Archive with her, didn't you? Did you find what you were looking for? Well, it's a bit of a mystery, really. What do you mean? In truth, we went there to investigate the mystery that is Labyrinthia. However, what we found instead was quite the puzzle. Oh, right. A puzzle, huh? You know, I get the impression puzzles are pretty popular in this town. Do you not know what a puzzle is, Nick? Not that I know exactly. I see where this is going. Well, we spend all our time baking. It's not really the kind of thing we're supposed to know about, I guess. Indeed, it appears the two of you are a little unsure about the concept of puzzles. Say, Mr. Layton, do you think you could... There we go. God damn it! Do you think you could give us a little Puzzles 101 crash course? I'm kind of curious. It would be my pleasure, Miss Fay. But rather than explaining it in words, I believe actually trying your hand at a puzzle would be far more rewarding. Here, I'll give you both a simple example to think about. Oh. Huh. Like, is this not actually a puzzle I have to solve? Interesting. Now then, here we have two long loaves of bread placed side by side. You'll notice that they form the number 11. Do you see what I mean? Oh yeah, I get it. How the hell did this puzzle work in, like, Japanese or any other language that doesn't use, like, Arabic numerals for numbers? So that's what a puzzle is. Not quite, Miss Fay. The puzzle is what follows next. What I'd like you to try is, I'd like you to see if you can change this into a number lower than 11. Oh yeah, just move the right one over and make a 7. A lower number. So how about if I take one of the loaves? However, the one condition is that you must add another loaf of exactly the same type. You need to add another loaf? Oh, so there's 3. Yeah, you can make it 2. Even though we add a loaf, the number has to be lower. I think I'm beginning to see what you mean by puzzle. Wait, I think I've got it. I may just be a baker, but I bet I have the right answer. If I place the extra loaf sideways like this, then 1 minus 1 equals 0. Oh, give me a break, Nick. That's totally the letter H. We're trying to solve a puzzle here, not win a spelling bee. Oh, come on. Can't be the only one that sees 1 minus 1, right? Right? Turning it into a matter of arithmetic is certainly an interesting approach. You, think so? Most certainly. That's precisely the kind of flexible thinking needed for solving puzzles. Now, let's think again. Take a seat and leave this to a pro, Nick. How about this? You just take this new loaf and ta-da! Now that's 1 minus 1. Hey, eating is cheating. Really? Because it feels more like winning to me. You're full of surprises, Miss Fay. I didn't expect that kind of innovation. I solved the puzzle and enjoyed the bread. Win-win, baby. But didn't Mr. Layton tell us at the start that we need to add another loaf of the exact same type? Huh? Seriously? That's right, unfortunately. I'm afraid I can't accept this as a solution to the puzzle. Well, alright, but is there really another better solution? Well, what do you think? Can either of you think of a different solution? I'm drawing a blank. I guess this kind of thing just isn't for me. You both came up with such creative answers. I'm sure you'll be solving puzzles in no time. But now it's time for the solution. The important thing is this puzzle solution is the angle of the loaf that is added. If the new loaf is placed upright, like so. Huh? Oh, I get it. It's the number 1.1, right? Hey, that's right. That's a lot lower than 11. Exactly. When solving puzzles, there's never just one correct method. It's essential to think flexibly and try many means to solve it. Sometimes critical thinking is the key to success. Right, I see what you mean. These puzzles are really something else. Well, if I see another puzzle like this, I'd still rather eat my way to the solution. You know, I don't think I'm cut out for brain-busting bread puzzles like this. I'll stick with good old regular bread, thanks. That's because we're ace bakers. That does not have the right ring to it. I guess we're better suited to using our hands than our heads. Is that so? In truth, I can't help but feel you're both a little out of place as bakers, if you'll pardon my saying so. Naturally, I won't force puzzles upon you, but if either of you should be interested, I would heartily recommend giving puzzle solving a try. Why does it feel like he's trying to recommend a drug? Yeah, shoot up these puzzles right into your veins. Oh man. Professor, right now there's something else we all need to try. Mrs. Leclerc's freshly baked bread is getting cold. And I'm sure it tastes better hot. Oh dear, so it is. You know how I can get when it comes to puzzles. Well, young man, I must say it's a pleasure to have someone show such appreciation for my baking. When it comes to your bread, Mrs. Leclerc, there is no limit to how much I could eat. Huh? Huh? Wasn't that a... Well, surely that was a compliment, right? Luke, you shouldn't have said that. My, aren't you a darling? Well then, in that case, I suppose I'll just have to bring out my special reserve. Oh no, she did take it as a compliment. Oh no. Hold on a moment. I'll just go and fetch it. Right, I think it's time I started preparing tomorrow's bread. Oh, yeah, me too. I'm sure it must be that time already. Professor? What was that all about? I'm not entirely sure, but I do seem struck by a sudden sense of impending doom. Those stomps. It's Mozilla! Oh, that is one dense-ass loaf. There you go. Have at it. But be warned, I won't take kindly to any leftovers. Whoa! This loaf. Wait, where did those two go? Miss Maya? Mr. Wright? Luke, it would appear that we have been left to tackle this particular task alone. They're going to have the densest poops. Phew, I'm stuffed. I believe this must be the most bread I've ever eaten in my life. Wait a sec. I've just realized. We finished eating, but Espella still isn't back yet. She went to the market, didn't she? Perhaps we ought to go and... Oh my, customers at this late hour? I'm sorry, but we're closed. That's him. That man over there. So he's the one, is he? Just a minute. What do you think you're doing barging in here like this? stand aside, madame. This is a matter of urgency.
What are you going to do?
You there, Porcupine Head, you're coming with us. Huh? Also, I do appreciate that they're calling out how weird Phoenix's hair is. Huh? It's Layton and Luke who are wanted men. What do they want with Phoenix? Wait. Okay, yeah, clearly Espella got into some legal trouble and wants a defense attorney. Clearly. Huh? Porcupine Head? You don't mean me, do you? Who else in this room fits that description? Certainly, you would appear to be alone on that particular front. Ugh. I wish I had a top hat too right about now. Enough of your idle chit-chat. Time to get going. Huh? What do you mean? Well, it should be quite obvious. You're coming to the court, of course. The court? What? Mr. Wright, what did you do? Yeah, Nick, what did you do? I didn't do anything. The only thing you could accuse me of is making bread that's too good to eat. Ahem. This man is not the one who's on trial. In that case, why is Mr. Wright being made to go to the court? That's simple. Because the girl has requested him, of course. Yeah, see, there you go. Girl? What girl? Naturally, the girl facing trial for this evening's crime. That heinous witch, Miss Espella Cantabella, no less. To be continued. Wow, was that the end of chapter 1 then? I would guess so. Huh? Oh! Puzzle Center Riddell, number 2, Barton's Burger. Barton was the little dude in purple next to Chilmy. Wow, the second puzzle of the game. I must have missed that. Damn. Well, that should be really easy when we get back to it. Huh. So I only missed one. That's good. Huh. Oh, the milk.
We don't want no fuss and we don't want to hurt you, all right?
Yeah, we just want your money, that's all.
And you'll give it to us, won't you, without any fuss?
Ignaz!
Huh. Okay then. The Fire Witch. Yo, okay, those two highwaymen must have been the people consumed by the fire. The pair. Oh, and look, I think we might have a first-person perspective from Phoenix. Yeah. Okay. Chapter 2, The Fire Witch. Yeah. So maybe the chapters will alternate. We'll go Layton, Phoenix, Layton, Phoenix, Layton, Phoenix, and so on. Ah. But God, though, huge flashbacks to like Full Metal Alchemist. Like the way sparks fly right before magic happens. Yeah, that's... oh man. Happy, warm, fuzzy memories there. God. You know, before I did video game Let's Plays, I actually use the name Zephyr the Jester as a blog on Tumblr, where I used to live blog my first experiences watching a show. I would analyze episodes bit by bit as I went through them, text-based with images. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood was the second show I ever did on that live blog. And boy, it became my favorite anime. It's just so good. Happy memories there. Huh. Don't exactly go looking for my blog on Tumblr though. I'm sure it's still up. I haven't actually looked at it in years. I don't touch it anymore. I'm done with live blogging. What is this place? The room is lit, but it's still somehow dark, and the atmosphere feels heavy. Wow, look at those knights standing guard in front of that door. It's exactly like the courts. Oh man.
Nick, what are we doing in a place like this?
How should I know? We're just a couple of bakers. I don't think they brought us here to make bread. Yikes. Is it me or is that guard staring daggers at us right now? Mr. Wright, Maya. Isabella?
Oh, Isabella! What exactly is going on? I'm sorry. I was the one who sent for you both.
You sent for us?
I'm being put on trial.
Wait, what? What happened?
I don't know. I just don't understand what's going on. I didn't do anything wrong. I couldn't possibly murder anyone. Murder? I beg you, Mr. Wright. Please, I need your help. Just one more time.
Uh-huh. You need my help? What could I possibly do? Isabella, I'm just a baker. The only thing I know about law is how not to get on the wrong side of it.
Oh, wait. Hold on a sec. Isabella, what did you just say? You said you needed Nick's help just one more time?
One more time?
I'm not quite sure myself. But when the knights came and took me, a vision suddenly appeared in my mind. It was Mr. Wright. He was fighting for me, defending me. That brave blue figure, it was clear as day.
I was fighting for you? No way. That's impossible. I mean, it's like I already said. I'm just a baker. I have a hard enough time rolling dough, let alone defending someone in court.
I thought the same thing too at first, but I don't think that's quite true. You and Maya, at some time, somewhere, you helped me. You fought for me as a defender.
A defender?
What's wrong, Nick?
I wish I knew, Maya, but hearing Isabella mention a defender, I can't help but feel something inside of me just burning at the mention of it. Accused, defender, it is time. Head forth, you two.
Head forth? Where are we going exactly?
To the courtroom in which today's trial will be taking place. The Chamber of Fire.
Chamber?
Of fire? Make haste. If you are but a moment late, a guilty verdict will be delivered immediately.
What? No way. Mr. Wright. I'm truly sorry, Mr. Wright. I know this is all so sudden. It's a lost cause, isn't it?
Well then, let's head inside, Isabella.
Huh?
This overwhelming pressure, it feels so familiar somehow. Almost like deja vu.
Mr. Wright.
Let's go, Maya. Maybe we'll get a better idea once the trial gets underway.
All right, let's do it, Nick.
Yeah, this seems like a good way to get their memories back.
What is this heat? It's like an oven in here.
I will now pronounce the verdict. This court finds the accused guilty of being a witch.
Hey now, hasn't it begun?
No, I'm not a witch. Please, I beg you to reconsider. I'm not.
Witches are to be cast straight into the hellfire! What?
No.
So, this is the witch's court.
Okay, that might be the most dark and grisly thing I've ever seen in the Ace Attorney franchise, and there's been some messed up stuff. Wow. That woman is dead. Like, they did not waste a single second between the verdict and the punishment. Hot damn. So you suppose that punishment, casting into the fire, do you suppose that, like, was brought about in, like, a sick, twisted, ironic revenge for what Bizella did to the town? Ugh.
So, how are you feeling, Nick?
I'd forgotten what this felt like up until now.
Huh?
The butterflies in my stomach, and tension so thick you could slice it with a knife. All of these feelings. These are all feelings that I'm definitely familiar with. Anyway, we're here to fight for Isabella and get her out of this place. Oh geez, she is right there in there. Uh-oh.
That's right.
The court is now in session for the trial of Espella Cantabella.
That's the judge. That is the judge. I thought so. I saw the beard and I was like, wait, is that it? Yeah, no, that's the judge. That's my judge. Yeah.
Defender,
Yes, Your Honor?
yours is a face I've not seen in any past trials. But no matter. Start by stating your name, Defender.
Yes, Your Honor. My name is Phoenix Wright, Ace Baker.
A baker?
I asked him to come, my lord. I want him to represent me. This court dictates that the accused is free to assign a defender of their choosing, my lord.
Oh man, I bet on the 3DS this would look great. Like Ispella's face poking out from the bars. Yeah, that'd look great.
Very well. At any rate, the result of this trial shall not change. That aside, I've not yet seen hide nor hair of the Inquisitor assigned to this trial.
Oh, that would be like the prosecutor stand-in. Ooh!
Inquisitor? Oh, right. I should have noticed earlier.
Do you suppose that would be Darklaw?
No one's there.
Should the assigned Inquisitor fail to appear in court, I will have no choice but to dismiss all charges.
Ooh, that'd be really nice.
He is an inquisitor of high caliber.
He?
But if he does not come forward soon...
Oh. That knight. I had guessed the knight would be a woman, but... Oh. Maybe it's... Yeah, there was like that shot of the three biggest names in town. The storyteller, Dark Law. Well, I don't know her name here, but the book version of Dark Law. And a knight in an iron mask with a really big plume. Yeah, that's probably gonna be it, I think.
This trial will end, and victory will then be declared in favor of this baker.
Hold it!
There he is. Is he limping? What are they chanting? I can't make that out. Huh, new face.
Knights of the court, I have but one question for you both. Are you prepared to cross swords?
You know, for a half second, I dared to hope that it would be like an alternate Historia Labyrinthia version of Edgeworth. Nah. A new face is nice too.
I, Inquisitor Zacharias Barnum, am indeed prepared to do battle, my lord.
Oh, that would be Zach. Wait, when did I hear Zach before? Someone mentioned having a big crush on Zach.
Something amiss, Baker?
Sorry, Your Honor. I just didn't realize we could have swords here in the courtroom.
No, I'd prefer the sword. It can't reach across the aisle. Not like a whip can. Or a lobbed mug of coffee. Yeah, no, this is pretty sweet deal going on right here.
It is the way of the court knight. A knight must always ensure that he rides with a blade at his side. Now then, state your name, Sir Blue Knight.
Huh? My name's Phoenix Wright. I'm a baker. How many times will they make me say it?
A baker?
Nick, quit with the long face. You look miserable.
No need to waste your breath. This trial will be over before you can utter a single objection. For the security of all of Labyrinthia, my blade shall rend your defenses swiftly and without mercy.
You know, I think Phoenix heard that word, the O word, and everything clicked into place. I feel it. That's it, Barnum. Put another one out of their misery. This trial is pointless. Hand down the verdict already. Put that doughy defender on trial too, I say. Oh boy. What's with all this excitement? You'd hardly think this was a courtroom. The crowd doesn't seem very interested in law, that's for sure. It's like they're all just hoping for a guilty verdict. Inquisitor Barnum, you may begin your opening statement. As you wish, my lord. First, let us begin by recounting the events leading up to the murder. Is that acceptable, Sir Apprentice Baker? As you wish. The murder occurred this very evening. Yesterday, there was a heavy rainfall in the area. Eventually, it gave way to sunshine, which came just in time for today's parade, Although a few hours after the parade ended, the rain set in once more. That must have been when Espella and the others were at the Great Archive. It continued to rain until just before the incident, which took place on a small path leading to the market. The accused had been out doing some shopping at the market. She returned home on that very same path. And on that forest path, two rogues named Robs and Muggs are said to have accosted the accused. I knew it. I knew it would be bad. As I prepared myself, man. One could assume the accused simply acted in self-defense. I see. Robs and Muggs. Those two have appeared in court a number of times in the past. Two rogues, huh? So far, it may appear that the accused was more the victim. However, the situation soon changed. That's right. The accused, Espella Cantabella, knowingly and mercilessly murdered her two assailants.
Cantabella? That girl, isn't she? I always knew she looked suspicious. Shush, not so loud.
Yeah, until further notice, I'm just going to assume Bizella's last name is Cantabella too. Bizella Cantabella? Espella Cantabella? Yeah, come on now.
Yikes.
There's that weird excitement again. I believe we now fully grasp what happened. It is getting late already. Let us begin the trial. Inquisitor Barnum, you may now begin. As you wish, my lord. The Inquisition will now hear eyewitness testimony regarding the night of the murder.
Eyewitness testimony, huh? Looks like this trial is finally getting underway. I can't back down now. I have to fight. But I'm just a simple bread-making baker, living a simple bread-making life. Man, I bet the Ace Attorney fandom has the dankest memes about this. This situation is more twisted than a pretzel, and I'm smack in the middle of it. A new realm of puns has been opened to us. But I have to do this to save Espella. Okay, let's see if I can untwist this testimony and put this thing to bed. Jesus Christ! Wait, that's a lot of dudes. Allow me to welcome you all. Now, would each of you please state your name and occupation?
Hold it!
Oh, wait a minute. What's going on here? As I already explained, Sir Apprentice Baker, this is the eyewitness testimony. Yes, I understand that, but there are 4 witnesses. Indeed, this many people inside the courtroom could pose a health and safety issue. Your Honor, that's not quite what I meant. Witness testimonies are supposed to be done one by one, as in one witness at a time. What are you talking about, child? We'd be here all night if we did that. Wordsmith? Oh man. Man, suddenly this character design reminds me a lot of Lenzo from Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. The guy in yellow on Windfall Island who gives you your pictograph box. Or, no, he doesn't give it to you, he upgrades it, rather. Yeah, he reminds me of Lenzo. Actually, no. Lenzo was a lot squatter and fatter, I think. Maybe it's a hat. That's right, young man. We have witnessed the very hand of fate reach out to us this evening.
Kira? Okay, Kira did it. She's the killer. She's Kira. I've watched anime. I've seen Death Note. And nothing good came out of Kira. Diamond is unbreakable. Kira...
Could we hurry this along, perhaps? These flowers won't sell themselves as much as my boss wishes they would.
Nidal. The path to knighthood is an arduous one, but I remain steadfast in my resolve as I travel down this long road.
That is a rubber sword.
That is a rubber sword. I shall not falter. I will be victorious.
Who cares? Just crush them all at once.
We already know the girl in the cage did it.
Let's get it on with. Yeah, finish them already. I'd like to go back home and get to bed.
Witnesses, again state your names and occupations. I am known as Wordsmith. But what is a name? How doth one describe an occupation? Like the bubbling of a babbling brook. I flow gracefully around the rocks and debris that is life, nary a worry in my mind. Right, so I guess that means he's jobless.
My name is Mary, and this darling kid is Snowy. Snowy and I often travel to the edge of town to sell delicious fresh milk. Milk like that doesn't happen overnight. I work my hands to the bone squeezing each drop out, literally.
All right.
Yeah, no, I was thinking that,
Muffet, the lady with the umbrella who... Or was it the hat? Who flew away? I thought she was the one with the goat. Okay, I mixed them up. My bad. That sounds pretty frightening.
I'm Kira. I'm a flower seller.
Okay, look. All four of these characters on the bench, their names are just so literal. Mary with her little lamb, Wordsmith who speaks poetically, Nidal who wants to be a knight very badly, and freaking Kira. Just name her Murderer McGee and be done with it.
If you would all be so kind, feel free to purchase one of my beautiful flowers at any time during the trial. There's no way I'll sell them all by morning. Oh, the life of a flower girl is so hard.
Yeesh, talk about a hard sell. My name is Nidal. Did I say Knightley earlier? Oh man, I might have. I'm thinking of Horace Knightley from a previous Ace Attorney game I did. Very recently had that. I aim to join our town's order of knights. I study night and day, though I am still but a mere squire. Joining the Knights of the Inquisition is my life's ambition. And I, Nidal, will do whatever necessary to join. So he's jobless too. Honorable witnesses, I ask that you show this court your best when delivering your testimonies. Now, tell us what exactly you all saw on this ill-fated eve. Witness testimony. The delicious scent of mid-evening dinner permeated the air, and a soft light shone faintly in the distance.
Muggs grabbed the girl by the arm. It looked like he almost pushed her to the ground. I heard a faint voice cry out, The next moment, those two villainous men burst into flames.
There was not a trace of fire to be seen in the area. Without a doubt, magic must have been used.
Magic?
Sir Apprentice Baker, you may now begin your interrogation.
I have but one piece of advice. I suggest you pay it heed. Do not waste the court's time by grilling these witnesses over irrelevant nonsense, Sir Apprentice Baker. Are you alright, Nick? They sure love calling you an Apprentice Baker, huh? I'll be honest with you, Maya. I have no idea how I'm feeling right now. But I know it's all up to me. As her defender, Ispella's fate is in my hands. I have to believe in her, and I need to start believing in myself. I can do this. I believe Ispella is innocent, and I'll fight until the end to prove it. Yeah, that's the spirit. We can do this thing, Nick.
Oh, that's nice. The little anime-ass cuts in the screen to show the attorney and prosecutor staring each other down. There are the reflections in the gleam of blades. Oh, that's neat. Okay, give whatever employee thought that up a raise.
Well, looks like it may be 4 people, but honestly, this seems like the exact same gameplay, so I guess we're fine.
The delicious scent of mid-evening dinner permeated the air, and a soft light shone faintly in the distance.
Wait, hold on. Do I even have anything in present? Yeah, no, I got nothing. I have no evidence. Mysterious old guy, totally detached from reality. Alright. Well, I guess I'll press everything.
Hold it!
What time would that be, exactly?
Dinner time? When else would the scent of dinner be in the air, if not dinner time? Do you see?
Not so much. The sun had already set by that time. That should be adequate. The sun had already set. So you clearly witnessed what happened tonight, is that correct?
I have been dubbed a witness, thus I must clearly have witnessed something. Do you see?
In that case, how much light was there in the immediate area at that time?
Enough to see the nose on my face, but not enough to see the trees ahead. Do you see?
No, that doesn't add up. If the area was completely dark, then you couldn't possibly have witnessed anything. Do you see?
Nevertheless, something caught my eye. It was a most ominous sight.
Ominous is what that sight was. Okay, I get it. It was ominous.
Objection!
Poor form, Sir Apprentice Baker.
I hate to disappoint you, but there was, in fact, light in the area. Huh? Take a look at this. This is a drawing of the crime scene, based on the witness's accounts as penned by the court illustrator. I guess this is a replacement for photographs. The court illustrator? I've never heard of that before. Look carefully. This shows what the scene looked like at the time of the murder.
An illustration of the highest quality, as always. Boy, that puddle on the ground right beneath the spell is going to be relevant, isn't it? Now then, we have established that by the time the murder occurred, the sun had already set. And so, naturally, the defendant was carrying a firelit lantern, as we can see. A lantern? Eureka! Indeed! Yes, that is what I was saying earlier. There was a lantern I say. Oh, please. You totally forgot. To be honest, I did not imagine it would be necessary to present this, but... My lord, here is the lantern in question. This is what was responsible for the light illuminating the area. Very well. The court accepts this into evidence. Yep, broken glass, covered in mud. Speaking of which, Inquisitor Barnum, in this drawing, the accused seems to be holding a milk bucket of sorts. What became of this? That is a strange case indeed, my lord. That bucket seemingly disappeared from the murder scene. The milk bucket disappeared, you say? There has been talk of wolves living in the nearby forest. It is thought they often make off with the items they find on the ground. Great. Wolves that steal your stuff. Remind me to never set foot in that forest. I can't tell if it's better than worse than thieving crows.
This is great, Nick. We've got new evidence now.
Oh, yeah. I guess you're right.
You know, Nick, you really don't look like just some normal run-of-the-mill baker. I'd say you're more like a somewhat articulate run-of-the-mill baker. I think you might even have a knack for being a defender.
There's a clear contradiction somewhere in that testimony, and I'm going to find it.
Muggs grabbed the girl by the arm. It looked like he almost pushed her to the ground.
Hold it!
Muggs was one of the two rogues. Is that correct?
That's right. That man, he grabbed the girl's arm and pulled out a knife.
Huh? Is something wrong?
Or was it Robs that grabbed the girl and had the knife?
Huh?
Oh dear, now let's see. Muggs was the short one and Robs was the... No, I think it was the other way around. Well, it doesn't really matter which was which now, does it?
That's all well and good, but I was kind of just hoping you'd testify about the lantern. Honorable witnesses, please continue with your testimonies. Now, this is the one I was most interested about. A faint voice. What did that voice sound like, and what did it say?
I heard a faint voice cry out. The next moment, those two villainous men burst into flames.
Hold it!
Exactly whose cry did you hear?
Well, it was the accused. It was as spell as a voice, of course.
And did you get a good look at Miss Cantabella's face?
Yes, I mean, she was carrying that huge lantern after all.
You're only sure because all the other witnesses just finished saying they saw her with the lantern.
There was not a trace of fire to be seen in the area. Without a doubt, magic must have been used.
Hold it!
Isn't it a bit premature to assume it was magic?
What an absurd statement.
Say what?
Think about it. The naves were engulfed in flames in the blink of an eye. The blink of an eye. There was not a single trace of any other fire source to be found in the area. Not a trace.
Did I hear that right? I think I just found a contradiction in this testimony.
Let's do this thing, Nick. Hurry up and present something. Hit him with some decisive evidence.
Well, it's not exactly decisive yet, is it? Isabella was carrying a lantern at the time of the murder. That fact definitely contradicts a certain witness's testimony.
That's right, but even if we know what the contradiction is, where do we go from there? I mean, what can we do? We're just a couple of bakers, after all.
No, Maya, I think you're wrong.
Huh?
I don't know why, but I feel like I know how to do this. If you're going to speak up in court, there's only one thing that people will listen to, and that's evidence. I just have to try and present evidence whenever there's a contradiction in one of their testimonies.
Okay, Nick, let's give their testimonies another listen.
Well, alright then. I think we'll do that next time. So I must say it is good to be back with Phoenix and Maya. Very interesting. So, in any Ace Attorney game, you can expect like the very first thing to be like a very short trial where all the evidence is just handed to you and it's all about the cross-examinations. Then later on in the game, you do investigation phases where you look at the crime scene, you gather evidence, and then you bring it to court. This is different though. We very much had the very short introductory court trial with Phoenix, what with Olivia al dente and all that. But then we have this. This is probably going to be a much longer lasting trial, probably going to last a very long time. And we walked into this with no evidence whatsoever, just the basic rundown of what the accused is accused of. And what's more, we have multiple witnesses. 4 of them. So, yeah, I feel like this game may be doing something new with the Phoenix Wright formula. Maybe it's about pressing everything, gathering as much evidence as possible, and only then going for the contradictions. But I guess that's not too different from how it usually goes. You know, one thing that they could do to make this feel really different is if the implication starts being turned against each other. What happens when the 4 or more people on the witness stand start talking about each other? Because I'm reminded of that puzzle from a long time ago where you had an injured king and multiple testimonies saying who did it and who didn't. What if that was foreshadowing something like this, where we would have to go one by one and determine who's lying and who's telling the truth out of 4 people or more? That could be really interesting. Oh man. Well, I guess next time we'll present that lantern at Nidal. Try and say, hey, no, there was a second source of fire, this lantern. yeah, the game's still throwing, like, softballs at me. It's really drilling home that I need to do that, so that'll be easy. Then we'll see what happens next. As for Zach Barnum, yeah, he seems a handsome, chivalrous knight. Nothing untoward, necessarily. Though I am curious to see where this story's going with him. After all, he and Not Darklaw and the Storyteller are kind of like the big three behind all this, so what is Barnum's role in the greater scheme of things? Like, will we be interacting with him with Layton, maybe? I don't know, that remains to be seen. Yeah, I guess that's all there was to say. We'll just have to leave Espella hanging in there for the time being. I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.